to talk about South Dakota's own Kristi Noem and the bombshell report that her husband, Bryon, has been living a double life. And no, he wasn't a Secret Service agent. He was a secret Barbie, or at least a Jason Jackson with a very specific hobby. Stay tuned for more. My fellow chaos seekers, where we discuss things that make us say, wait, isn't a Saturday Night Live sketch? Who is Kristi Noem? Mother of three and wife to Bryon Noem. Kristi Noem is an American politician currently serving as the governor of South Dakota and formerly served as the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Now known for her conservative policies and emphasis on traditional family values, Noem has become a prominent figure in the national politics. Her leadership style and public statements often reflect her commitment to issues such as agriculture, business development, and personal freedoms. And that's important to keep in mind throughout this video, personal freedoms.
Is he living a double life? A bombshell report claims former Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem's husband was keeping a big secret. It's so jaw-dropping, Noem herself is speaking out, saying she is devastated. Here's Allison Hall.
Former Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem is said to be stunned by a report that her husband may be leading a cross-dressing double life. In a statement, Noem's representative says she is devastated. The family was blindsided by this, and they ask for privacy and prayers at this time. The shocking story about Bryon Noem was broken by the Daily Mail.
So the Daily Mail dropped receipts, and by receipts I mean photos of Bryon Noem allegedly rocking pink hot pants and balloons. Yes, balloons under a tight shirt to simulate, and I quote, huge, ridiculous boobs. He was apparently part of a bimbofication community under the alias Jason Jackson. Honestly, I respect the hustle of picking a name that sounds like a generic action hero while dressed like a Malibu Dreamhouse backyard character. He reportedly spent $25,000 on this. Imagine how many actual balloons or actually pants that buys happen. It's not just the cross-dressing. Everyone's got a vibe, right? It's the irony. Kristi Noem, anti-brand, is rugged Dakota farm girl and traditional family values, and her affiliation frowned upon such communities and their behavior that he's fond of. Whereas she's out here talking about protecting the sanctity of whatever, and Bryon is in the basement blowing up Harvey City latex to look like a saline-enhanced bimbo doll. It's the visual of the first gentleman of South Dakota posing in a flesh-colored suit while Kristi is at a podium talking about border security. And the contrast is just
Culture that repressed and closeted sexuality plus white supremacist ideology, equaling hyper-masculine performance plus political rage directed at the people that these men envy or desire, is the reason why we are in the mess that we are in. And Bryon Noem just gave us yet another receipt. See, we talked about the Groyper culture. We talked about white Christian nationalism as their identity. We talked about the red pill incel culture that they surround themselves with. We talked about the fetishization of ancient Greece and Rome, openly bisexual civilization. And we talked about deep homophobia as the cover. Now, Kristi Noem has been one of the loudest voices talking about protecting the children and protecting women, anti-trans legislation, all of it. And now her husband is being exposed as a crossdresser. So Bryon Noem, the husband of DHS or former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, otherwise known as Bird-Legged Hoe or Ice Barbie, has officially been accused or exposed as living a double life as a cross-dresser who's obsessed with bimboification, a fetish involving role-playing as a hypersexualized Barbie doll, big old fake titties and all. And he's been allegedly exposed for communicating extensively with online fetish models. According to Yahoo, he has spent over $25,000 sending this money to online fetish models in this space. Y'all, he even told one of these girls, "You turned me into a girl." Oh, and the Daily Mail claimed that it reviewed hundreds of messages sent over the last year and overlapping with the years in which his wife was DHS secretary. So while Kristi Noem publicly wrote that her husband, Bryon, loves the Lord and understands the responsibility that God gives men to lead their families, while she has spent her whole career banning gender-affirming care and signing anti-LGBTQIA+ legislation. And here go her husband giving us another receipt that repressed and closeted sexuality plus white Christian superiority or supremacy or nationalist identity do not serve each other. They do not mesh, and therefore we get hyper-masculine performance plus political rage directed directly at the people they both envy and desire. And that is why we're dealing with the bullshit that we're dealing with today.
Kristi's team released a statement saying she is devastated and the family was blindsided. Which, okay, Kristi, but wait. The internet detectives found a model who said she butt dialed Bryon once and heard a voicemail that said, "No insurance. Leave a message." Girl, if your husband is paying $25,000 to fetish models to using his business voicemail for his Jason Jackson alter ego, how are you blindsided? Did you think the pink hot pants in the laundry was just a very aggressive Easter celebration? No, girl. Let's look at the comments because they are a war zone right now. Some of the comments that support no, honestly, let the man live his Barbie fantasy. It's 2026, and at least he isn't powwowing dogs in gravel pits. And the next one says, Jason Jackson for governor 2026, bring the pink to the Capitol. And some of the criticism and negative comments says, so this is what we meant by family value. And someone else says, and this is very important to remember, that national security risks. He could be blackmailed with a bag of balloons. Of course, he can be blackmailed with this action if no one knew. And no wonder she was hanging out with Corey Lewandowski. And we can't forget about the shadow in the room, Corey Lewandowski. Rumors have been flying about Kristi and Corey for years. Some commenters are saying Jason's face was his way of coping. Or, as Laura Loomer put it, an open secret that allowed them to have an arrangement. Now, if this were a Netflix show, it would be canceled for being too unrealistic.
4 weeks ago, Kristi Noem faced blistering questions during a House oversight hearing as her husband sat right behind her. She was grilled about her relationship with Corey Lewandowski, her top aide.
Have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski? I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
A day after the hearing, President Trump fired her. She is now special envoy for the Shield of the Americas.
What do y'all think about this story? Is Jason Jackson just living his life? Or is it being hypocritical about his life and others? But just remember, next time you see a balloon, think of Bryon and stay weird, y'all.
Okay, that's it. And thank you for watching, fam. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. The drama never sleeps, and neither do we. Catch you in the next one, and bye for now.